street. Another girl in the neighborhood. Wish she was mine, she looks so good. I wanna hold her tight. Get teenage kicks right through the night. I'm gonna call her on the telephone. Have her over 'cause I'm all alone. I need excitement, oh I need it bad.
Some of the best and greatest moments in Irish football there. But in this film, I study what does it mean to be an Irish football fan in the 21st century of Ireland. This is Nothing Beats Being There. Around my room, there are many posters and tickets to showcase off my team that I support. In this case, it's Arsenal. But in this project, I wanted to explore the fan around Ireland that care as much for their local side in Ireland the way that I care for a club in England. Football can be watched so many different ways in this day and age, either by home, on a laptop, or going to an actual game. So what does it mean to be an Irish football fan in this day and age?
What it means personally to me, it's a massively personal thing for me compared to like your Super Sundays or whatever it is from the Premier League, like, you know.
I think certainly supporting the League of Ireland team, you're more, if you're not there, the club definitely does miss out. So if you're supporting, say, Man United or Arsenal or Chelsea or Celtic, there's 60,000 people there, you're not there, not going to make a difference. But for clubs playing wages, semi-professional teams, they're trying to, that €10-15 could be the difference between them paying their light bill and getting the wages paid up.
I kind of feel myself, in my own personal view, that they're representing a little bit of me rather than watching the Premier League every Saturday, Sunday, whatever different day it is. With I know it probably sounds a little bit silly as well, but you know, kind of Manchester United players, I can't identify really with Manchester United footballers. I know that sounds stupid because the Irish team are mainly Premier League footballers as well, but Manchester United players there and they're hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, whatever. I wouldn't be as upset if Manchester United got beat compared to Ireland, because I always feel that Ireland are representing a little bit of me whenever I go to the games, home and away, and you know, the lads are out there trying their best and playing for pride more than money.
If you have 500 people there, it means a lot more to them than saying one man going over to missing an Arsenal game. There's some man there to buy a ticket in the next minute, so there is.
Over 120,000 Irish fans went overseas to Britain to watch football in 2014. I myself have been over to watch football like many others due to the attraction. But what do the younger generations think of Irish football?
I suppose you mean a lot of kids are growing up now playing FIFA and again watching the Premier League and Sky Sports. Do you know, so they're playing their computer games whenever there's a game up in Eamon DC Park for Galway United on a Saturday after or on a Friday evening, like, you know, these boys should really be going up there. But that's just a generational thing.
It is hard to get younger people to the games with so much football and media in the present day.
You as one guy decide, I'm going to go to the Finn Harps games every week or every second week when they're on. You've got a hard time convincing your mates to go on a Friday night or a Saturday or a Sunday, whenever it is, when they'd probably much rather be in the bar or in the pub, you know, having some pints. The quality of the football is not great when you're used to watching Premier League, and you can watch Premier League on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Yeah. You've got those options as well.
You always see a football training, they're always wearing Liverpool shirts. They're talking about Pogba, they're talking about Suarez, Messi, Ronaldo. They're not talking about BJ Banda. They're not talking about Robbie Benson or any of them players. So I think they're certainly definitely lacking out in it, because there's nothing like watching a live game of football. You can't watch a match on the TV and the same kind of passion you'd have in the match, lose yourself for the 5-10 minutes. But it's certainly something this younger generation should be trying to get involved with.
Social media has played a huge part in the landscape of the football fan's life, not just in Ireland but worldwide. Social media platforms make people feel like a part of a community, and the sense of a connection with the players and the club they support.
The sense of disconnection between the average man on the street and the footballer because of the money that they were earning, because they drive the fast cars and they, live in the big mansions and the gated communities and everything else. And in some ways, this is a reconnection of those relationships. You don't necessarily see the footballers wandering around the high streets. You don't bump into the footballer in the pub on a Saturday night or a Sunday night because that's not the way they live anymore. But this is the connection that people can have with them.
This clip of Bobby Moore shows the difference of football has changed throughout the years. When footballers would be able to walk down the street, but this is still a reality in some parts of Irish football.
Tina reckons I've rigged a dart.
You walk around London or whatever and there's Mesut Ozil or Aubameyang walking around. You have paparazzi, you have people hounding them for everything. You could walk down the street there and meet the captain of your team. How are you getting on? Oh, not too bad, how are you? And you have a general conversation with them. Go into the shop and you're buying your things, they're doing the exact same thing as you, without the big fuss.
On a national front, Ireland is going through a transitional period, and a lack of excitement is hard for fans to show praise on social media platforms.
A night that will live long in the
I suppose taking the Ireland perspective, and people saying, oh look, oh geez, they're rubbish. They can't pass the ball, they can't do this, but they can't do that. But where are they getting their education from? They're watching Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Arsenal, whatever. Proper slick teams. And then they're looking at Ireland and going, what's that rubbish like? And they'll be on the social media. And they'll be on Twitter and Facebook and kind of slating the Irish team the whole time. And I suppose it's a powerful tool, I suppose, that social media, but it works both ways.
Social media is such a powerful tool, and it can be used on a better landscape to show off the talent that Ireland have. But from the fan perspective, what can be done to improve the Irish game?
I think on a League of Ireland basis, if the clubs did a half-time match like they do in the GAA, they invite a club down, they play a match, half-time, 10v10, invite certain clubs from around the county, say, come down, there's X amount of free tickets, come play your match, parents might come down and watch the kids, get an interest in and come back to the matches. And if you get the kids playing the pitch, who knows, they could be playing the pitch when they're a senior level then.
It's to make a bit of an effort to go up to Galway United, go to Finn Harps, go to whoever else that might be Sligo, whatever. It's making a little bit of an effort just to look, for the benefit of the league, and you're sowing a seed in many terms there for the development of the national team as well. I know that's minuscule, it's very, very small, but every little bit helps, I suppose, as the supermarket would say.
The exposure to get people and younger generations is needed in Ireland at the moment.
I think probably the big uphill battle it has is simply the popularity of English football here, and the fact that generation after generation after generation of young Irish football fans are indoctrinated immediately into the Premier League or Celtic or whatever it might be. That's their first experience of football.
On my own reflection, about the way I see myself as a fan has changed throughout the years, and I feel that if I knew more about my local side, it would be different here and now. But there's still time, and time to support.
I think it's like being a child for 90 minutes. It's just like completely losing yourself, like when Finn Harps got promoted, BJ Banda scored the winner, and there was grown men crying behind me, and everyone thinking the next 5 minutes after that goal is a blur. And the next thing, everyone's on the pitch celebrating, going mental. And it's like something you don't get when you go to a Premier League match. You're ushered in, ushered out, go home. But after, you're celebrating the players, talking to the players, going mad on the pitch. It's just something like being 13 again, going to your first big match, and you're like, this is unbelievable. I can't wait for this again. When you're going into the match and you go up the steps and you see the pitch for the first time, you still kind of get that wee little chill down your spine, your buzz, and you're like, you do that going into your own ground, you're looking there, you know, the terrace is dilapidated, there's holes in it, but you still get that same buzz walking in, you know, you see everyone you know, then you're standing beside people you know who you chat to every day, and it's a meeting point.
The thing is about being a football fan is going to the games and seeing what's happening around you.
There's probably more kind of maybe bad ones, but again, Wales away last October as well. James McLean sticking his foot through it. There's only over less than 3,000 that was in the stadium. But to go for forever, like.
People know what's on a Friday night. You know, people finish work and say, oh, we're going to do the football. You know, better than sitting at home watching Love Island.
Think it's time to check the fixtures, don't you?